Hello everybody, Hinkage here once again. This time bringing you Swiss Round 2. Still in Stage 2, of course. I got a pop filter for my microphone, by the way, so hopefully that sounds a little bit better. And there was no overlay for Round 2 yet, so I took the liberty of making this one myself. That 2 right there is Times New Roman, so I think that's pretty sharp. Very official, in my opinion. Anyway, let's get right into it. This is a match that I picked at random, of course, as I always do, between TheJevilHimself and MagicFlareon. Now, I'm pretty tired. It's 2:30 in the morning, so we got a little bit more chill of a playlist now. And let's not delay it. Let's not delay it any longer. Scarm lead and Suicune, probably going to be offensive. It is. Hydro Pump, you love to see it, but you hate to see it miss. Raikou on the obvious Protect. Probably going to go into a Special Wall. Or Jolteon. Smart Roar, he expected the Special Wall, but I don't know about staying in there and dying to Metagross Earthquake. Sure, Doug can come in and revenge kill now, but at what cost? And my spikes don't show up. Gets a Fire Punch. Sorry, let's talk about that a little bit. Metagross, I mean, it is good to trade it for Raikou in the sense that Raikou would continuously get stalled by Jolteon pretty much. And by trapping Metagross and killing it with Doug, it prevents it from booming on anything. Namely Suicune, or Porygon 2 in this case. Which definitely can punch holes in, well, Porygon 2 can't, but it's a good defensive mon that does not do well against, well, who does do well against Explosion, but you know what I mean. Porygon 2 doesn't really want to take any huge hits like that. Metagross, known for its huge hits in this gen. Also, I mean, if you got Fire Punch Jirachi and Porygon 2, which usually has T-Bolt, then it's looking like a specially offensive team. You're not too worried about Scarm anyhow. So threatens it out here. Goes into T-Tar, not Jolteon. Interesting. I guess he didn't want to take a rogue Ice Beam, but he gets paralyzed. That 1 in 10 chance. Oh, that's brutal. Porygon does have to switch out now. I believe it typically is more specially defensive, but don't quote me on that. Offensive Suicune scares out. Oh, crits with the pump. Does that make up for the miss before? I'll let you decide. Oh, he goes... He was just... interesting double. Good play. Jolteon doesn't really do much against Celebi now, though. It can sub, but... in Baton Pass, but there's, or Wish Baton Pass. Yeah, there's Celebi again. And Celebi can't Baton Pass now because Roar, but it does HP Fire. So that was good. And it does get roared out, of course, anyway, but does some big damage in the meantime. And no Protect from Scarm that time, just eats the Hydro. Which is interesting. He could have even gone for double Protect. But Starmie finishes the job anyhow. I guess that makes sense too, because Scarm would have died to Celebi, like I said before. Just decides to stay in an Ice Beam. Doesn't get fancy with Calm Minds, just goes for Giga Drain. I like that. Gengar now looking pretty threatening to this team. Unless it doesn't have... It does. Look at that read. Or maybe he doesn't have Fire Ice Punch. Maybe he only has Fire Punch. In which case, if he's got Explosion, that's what Porygon 2 needs to watch out for here. Is he going to bait it out or... No, he's going to get some chip with T-Tar. Yeah, as I said before, Porygon 2 can't really do anything to T-Tar. It can heal off anything that Tyranitar tries to do. But that's about it. It can slowly chip it down, but you're risking getting crit with Rock Slide. And keep in mind that Jolteon, especially now with Celebi at 31, Jolteon usually carries HP Ice. No crit there. He can recover here, but again, he's got to watch out for. He's got to watch out for Focus Punch. Gets the recovery, and he's dead to sand. That's. I warned you. I warned you. You don't want to. You don't want to keep Porygon 2 in there. It's not a winning matchup. Yeah, you revenge kill with Doug, but now Gengar gets in for free. It can just fire punch away. And now what can Doug do? It gets outsped by Jolteon. Anyway, Gengar doesn't even have to kill. But he has Ice Punch as well. The old Fire Punch, Ice Punch Gengar. Yeah, Porygon 2 was really the linchpin there. I guess he didn't have Explosion on Gengar. But Porygon 2 did not want to stay in against T-Tar like it did because, well, it got Focused Punch, but even if it didn't, you're risking a crit. And, like, Dugtrio isn't going to do anything against Jolteon anyway, which usually runs HP Ice or HP Grass, and it would outspeed. I don't know if it does with Wish, actually. I'm assuming it does. Maybe not. Maybe I'm the madman here. I am a bad player, so who knows. But let's pretend that it did have that. You definitely didn't want to leave Porygon in, because Doug wouldn't do anything against these two finals anyway. Well, either way, game 1 going to TheJevilHimself. I probably butchered that name somehow too. Let's get right into game 2. Mence and offensive Suicune again. He's an offensive Suicune fan, just like me. Blissey kind of sits on that though all day long. Oof, especially Calm Mind Blissey. Like, if Blissey doesn't have Calm Mind, then you can Calm Mind yourself up and then eventually just brute force your way through. I think Hydro Pump doing like at least over half, I think, with max Calm Mind. Roars it out into Cradily. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. Doesn't even go for the Hydro Pump, but he could if he wanted, because you got to remember. Yeah, look at this. There goes. Cradily doesn't have Storm Drain in this gen. Focus Punch? Hydro Pump again. Are we just giving up? Doug needs a crit here. Well, but he's going for the Flinch Hacks. Doesn't get anything. Look at this, and Salamence cannot take this out here. Especially Mixed Vents can't do anything. Aerial Ace. That's not something that you see too often. I wonder what hidden power he was running to make up for it. Because that's the only reason. Yeah, look at that. Like I said, that's definitely, yeah, 74%. And that's not even at +4. Damn. Doesn't even go for the Ice Beam, which probably would have killed. 6-0'd. I mean, not to embarrass him or anything, but that happens. That can happen to the best. Well, certainly, it can happen to me. I mean, that's why I like offensive Suicune so much in this gen, especially in this meta, because who really do you have as like a water resist? You know, like, and I don't mean like bulky waters. I mean, what actually like resists water? Milotic, yeah, but it usually runs max defense. Like Swampert's some bulky water, but it doesn't resist it. There's Blissey, the special wall, but it usually runs like max defense itself, and again, doesn't resist it. So I'm pretty sure max Spadef Blissey would still, I don't know about the calculations on max Spadef Blissey, but nobody runs that. And the things that you sacrifice by running such a set as well. And then like Cradily, even if it did have Storm Drain, nothing. Like, who is there? Who is there? Like, Blissey doesn't resist it, Snorlax doesn't resist it. Celebi does resist it, but it gets Ice Beamed. Milotic does resist Hydro Pump and Ice Beam, but again, offensive Suicune usually runs HP Electric or HP Grass. Oh, Gyarados. kind of. Gyarados kind of resisted, but that's what you run HP Electric for. So, yeah. What? There's not really many switch-ins. Not really many switch-ins. Like, you can go into... You really just gotta have, like, be at the ready, honestly, with a boom. Or just something that outspeeds, chips it down, and outspeeds, but... Anyway, that's why I'm such a big fan of offensive Suicune. Look at the damage it can do. 6-0. Not, again, not to embarrass him, but... Damn. That can catch anyone off guard. Especially when you brought it game 1. Who would really think, oh, he's gonna bring it again game 2? Anyway. We mulligan game 2, so let's go right on to game 3. Zap lead into Celebi now. Probably worried about that Suicune again. I talk about Jolteon getting free. Yeah, he's not gonna let him get that baton pass. But Celebi can't really do a whole lot against Snorlax. Yeah, Giga Drain not gonna do much. Snorlax going for Shadow Ball, but he could just keep body slamming too. I mean, you get oh, and here's Suicune again. Is it gonna do the same? Yeah, you can boom now. I suggest you should. Yeah, he does. If he has it, yeah. That's smart. Otherwise, oh, Raikou again. Okay, HP Ice. Agility, but who are we gonna go to? Is this another special offense team? Metagross? Oh, Roar, brilliant, yes. Figures. Donphan? Does a +1 HP Ice kill Donphan? I guess not, because it switches out. Definitely has to go get out of there for Metagross, though. Huge damage. Booms again. Okay, so we're trading boom. We're trading here. This looks like a similar team as before, only with a Celebi lead this time. Substitute. Gonna get a Spore here next turn for sure. That's what I would do. I would Spore and then sub and then Focus Punch. Pretty, Breloom is pretty, flowcharty. But gets a turn 1 Wake Up. Huge Focus Punch, but not gonna do it. Will he switch out? No, he's got Mach Punch. So no HP Ghost. We just hope and pray that there's no Gengar, and there isn't. Get good chip on Doug. And Doug has to Air Release now, so Donphan comes in for free, but can't really, again, Porygon substitute. Porygon's got an Ice Beam here, yeah, and Earthquake isn't gonna... That's doing... After Lefty is like a 4th. He's gotta switch out here. Why Toxic? Maybe he thought of like a water, bulky water or something? Maybe a Swampert? Possibly. Who are we gonna baton pass the speed to? Armaldo. Okay, we're going for the epic Armaldo sweep. Here's our Swords Dance. I don't think does Armaldo get Brick Break? I think it does. Oh, but he just goes for HP Bug. And barely living with Toxic this turn. HP Bug not gonna do it. Unless he crits. Epic Armaldo. Very insane. Donphan now. Yeah, that +1 HP Ice would have killed. But now Donphan just... Oh, and he dodges the Rock Slide. Epic. You had the chance to kill Donphan before with that HP Ice. You could have prevented this. But instead, we have the insane Donphan victory. Kudos to all Donphan fans out there. You finally made it. The big leagues.